Eighth Grade was one of the rawest movies I've ever seen. I cannot imagine how many middle schoolers watched this and felt seen. It is great for representation. This movie brought up a lot of middle school memories that I did not want to remember, so it is sadly very accurate. I love the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series so much, and Roderick Rules is definitely my favorite one. I also just realized that I did watch two middle school movies back to back, which is kind of interesting, but anyways, it is just full of good old family fun. It never takes itself too seriously. A debate as old as time: was there alcohol at Roderick's party? I personally think there was and that it's applied, but the world may never know. Good old Teen Beach movie. It's a classic to me. Honestly, it never gets old to me, and I know that that's an extreme hot take, but whatever. You know what? I speak my truth on here, and I love this movie. The fundamentals of caring didn't really do anything spectacular. Some of the dialogue cringed me out, and it was not as effective as I think they thought it was. I really liked the concept, but the execution just overall could have been a lot better in my opinion. Also, Selena Gomez played her role very well. I did want to punch her the majority of the time. The House. I wanted to preface this by saying this was completely a leisure watch, so I can't really give like an accurate analysis or anything because I didn't really pay attention that much. But I thought the first story had the weirdest character design like I've ever seen in my life. It was terrifying. And the baby was also indestructible, and it freaked me out so bad. It was weird. The second story was definitely the most forgettable in my opinion, but it had the coolest animation. The third story was both well animated and told, and I really did appreciate the dark undertones that every single piece had. It held your attention very well. Flushed Away is such a classic, fun-loving, family-friendly movie for kids of all ages. Personally, my favorite characters are the slugs because they got pipes. Anyways, this movie is great. Everyone should watch it once, at least. Come on. Are you seeing this right now? Elvis was really not as good as I thought it would be. Baz Luhrmann's movies are really interesting to me because every piece feels like the editor is having an absolute blast. For the viewers, though, the editing style gets really overwhelming really fast. I think they were trying to go for an intoxicating and tight feel, but instead I felt trapped and being held at gunpoint. Especially when there is such a high-paced beginning and then you realize there's still an hour and a half left and you're like, I do not know if I can take any more of this. So as you can tell, there were definitely a lot of pacing issues. It was an interesting choice that this was narrated by Elvis's manager, which I think is kind of cool. Acting-wise, Austin Butler did a great job. Tom Hanks was in the movie.